I don't know what that means. I don't even know. Stingray, what's up, buddy? Mm. What? Stingray and Cowboy Jabs. How y'all doing, man? All good in the neighborhood? I am looking for one thing. Just hang on a sec. All right, all right. I am um I am trying to figure out whether or not we got that receiver from Georgia. Anybody know that what's his name? Hang on, I'll find it here in a minute. Adonai Mitchell. Now, my understanding was that the transfer portal was closed yesterday. And so I haven't heard anything up until last night. Let me just check one source here. I know we got that defensive back from BYU who sounds very interesting. I'm telling you, our defense is going to be markedly improved in that defensive backfield. I am so excited about that. But there was this kid from Georgia who wanted to go to Tennessee, right? His name is Adonai Mitchell, I think his name is. And the wisdom and the sheer genius of Jeremy Pruitt, for some reason, wouldn't take the guy. I don't know why, but he wouldn't take the guy. Uh, and so he ended up at Georgia, and the dude is like 6'7", huge receiver, supposed to be really, really good. Um, and I can't find anything out whether or not they got him. If they got him, we would know. I mean, I got to think, but I'm not seeing anything on it. If you know anything, let me know. I tell you, my my whole ambiance here is looking kind of weird tonight. I don't know. It's just such a low res look to this thing. Hey everybody, I'm a little scattered. I almost missed this thing because I was just laying over there on the bed and I just drifted off to Never Never Land. Let's see what we got. Stingray like the cap. Yeah, cool cap, huh? Where'd I get this cap? I think I got this cap. Where'd I get it? I think I got it at where did I get my cap? I can't remember. I'll think of it. Nugs, you can't enter portal now that it's closed. Players can still pick a school. Oh, I see, Nugs. All right. All right. So I knew that it was closed yesterday at midnight. I just thought you had to make your deal up until that point. A.D. Mitchell will probably go back to Texas, you think? I don't know why he wouldn't come to Tennessee. He wanted to come to Tennessee in the first place, right? Why wouldn't he? It seems like to me that'd be an excellent choice. Hey, 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 let me ask you this. Hammer that like button for me. Yeah, I knew he's from Texas, Nugs. I mean, he just really, really wanted to go to Tennessee a couple of years ago, and Pruitt wouldn't have him. I don't know what the story was. I read the story on that, but they didn't explain why Pruitt didn't want him. Um, so music for me. Good to see you, my brother. Thank you for being around. 24/7 Sports says 100% Texas. Okay. Well, I guess Arch will be throwing him the ball, huh? Oh, I got something. I got something for y'all. I want to show you. Uh, I am not on OBS tonight. I'm just shooting straight from the YouTube portal. Excuse me, from the YouTube portal. Somebody mentioned yesterday's show, the one about Joe Milton, Joe and the Heisman thing. Said, "Dear Rocket, if you had a T-shirt for Joe Milton for Heisman, I would buy it." And then someone else jumped on there and said, "Yeah, I'd buy one too." Well, don't ever, ever, ever dare me. There's your Joe Milton for Heisman merch right there. Have I heard anything about Joe Milton changing his major? I have not. Hi, Purple. That sounds like a Rocket Man hat. Okay, let me put that down. You know, it's kind of what I'm doing here with the website and all of that stuff. Once I figure out how all this is going to shake out. Um, Someone said he's going to study rocket science. That sounded like a setup for a joke. Sure did. So y'all go look at that. I put the link there. I put the link there in for the stuff. Go check it out and see what you think. Nugs, Texas makes sense. Besides that, Tennessee has a crowded wide receiver room as it is. If he came in, somebody would leave, and the obvious one is Keaton, which sucks after how he stepped up last year. You know, that may be the situation anyway. And like I said, it's a good one to have. And I would imagine that is the same kind of situation that Kirby Smart has. You know, when you're at the top of the heap, that's just going to happen, right? I mean, it's just going to happen. You're going to have so many good people, and people want to come to. Good kids are going to want to come. They're going to want to play. They'll compete, and they'll sit on the bench for a tiny little bit. But with the portal the way it is, you know, they out. They gone somewhere I want to play, and I don't begrudge them that at all. Hey, Steve Sullivan, that's a great idea. I was thinking about that today. Now that I have created some gear for Joe, I'm gonna make that kind of the focus of this show. And did you see what I did there? It was like a poem. Did you see it? Yeah, I was just thinking about that when I was kinda drifting in and out of sleep a minute ago when I was having this little nap that I think, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna contact him. I'm gonna hit him up, uh, on Twitter or Instagram or whatever and send him a shirt or a hoodie. It'd be great to, get him to take a pic with, with the merch on it, wouldn't it? He probably wouldn't do that. But, yeah, I will try to get him on for sure. Try to get Nico on as well. Um, I'm kind of the new kid on the block, this whole Tennessee thing, and that's cool. I got a late start because of my heart surgery this year and wasn't able to start at the beginning of the season. Kinda had to start up. I think the Kentucky game was the day that I started the channel back up. Um, so I'm just kinda cruising along. I'll get some of these players and coaches on at some point by the by the end of the summer session, practice session going into the school year. Yeah, we'll get some folks on there. And you're right. Let's see. Cowboy Jab requests a Rocket Man hat. Oh, yeah. So I do a lot of graphic design, right? And I do a lot of AI art and whatever. You're probably starting to see some of that stuff as well. Yeah, well, Steve Sullivan said, "Just watch for the, Elton John wanting royalties." Yeah, well, I'm gonna be giving Elton to John, by the way. I had the name first. But that's a great idea, Steve. I love that idea, and I will go after that for sure. Let's see, what do we got? I'm not seeing anything about, I love that transfer, the defensive back, the cornerback, Gabe Jeudy from BYU. I like that. That's, that room's starting to get beefed up as well, isn't it? Uh, Jalen Hyatt allegedly has what's he doing with the new NIL deal? He's not in Let me just read the story real quick. Um Former Tennessee wide receiver Jalen Hyatt reportedly received millions during his final season with the Volunteers before declaring for the draft. The NIL landscape has operated behind closed doors since its inception. The one exception was Tennessee's football program, which sends a clear message to recruits: we take care of you in Knoxville. Wide receiver Jalen Hyatt had a phenomenal 2022 career. With the Volunteers, Biletnikoff Award winner. He was compensated accordingly. Hyatt signed with ESM Management for his NIL representation, who recently posted a graphic revealing some impressive numbers from one of Hyatt's agreements. The Hyatt hotel chain partnered with Star Volunteer. It was just so perfect for that, right? Paying him an estimated $3 million in ad value. Is that for real? Furthermore, the partnership garnered 1.2 billion social media impressions. I'm confused. He's leaving. He's leaving Rocky Top and going into the pros, and yet the details of his NIL are just coming out, I suppose, and he's had them all along, which, in the ball walks, you could always see he was the one with with the very stylish clothing, right? And, that's the thing. You never know who or what source to believe, because now it's saying that, Nico's, NIL deal is for 3,000,000 and not 8,000,000. Who knows? I don't know. Purple Einstein. See if Hyper will let you design a patch for the team's jersey. That'd be lucrative, wouldn't it? I like that idea. Doug Carroll, Hyatt is going to get drafted by the Giants. You hear it here first. All right. Take you up on that, Doug. I can see him in a Giant room. I heard it was going to be the Cowboys. We'll see. Steve Sullivan. So that implies that he got all of that money. Well, that's what the story implies. I tell you, with the news media the way it is, uh, man, I just don't know. I just don't know who to believe anymore, particularly when I'm, reading these stories. I just don't. I just don't know who to believe. Right? But that's what it sure says. Says the financial benefits are well deserved for Hyatt. The story here is that Tennessee got him to make millions during his playing career. I don't know. He was compensated accordingly. Hyatt signed with ESM Management for his NIL representation, who recently posted a graphic revealing some impressive numbers. Now, I heard that prior to the Orange Bowl, the one that he opted out of, by the way, I'm not a fan of that. The Hyatt hotel chain partnered with him, paying him an estimated $3 million in ad value. Hmm. See, I don't know how to interpret that. They didn't say they paid him $3 million cash. They paid him $3 million in ad value. How are we to interpret that? And if that was the case, and I know that there was a big story prior to the Orange Bowl that he had all these Hyatt rooms for his friends and teammates and families. So was it just usages of Hyatt hotels? I don't know. I'm sure he's not calling coaches for pizzas, yeah. Ad is worth $1,000,000 in sales. Well, I'm just trying to wrap my brain around what that means. $3 million in ad value, not $3 million in cash. So here's how the thing works. Like I've been in I've been in this business, broadcasting and performing business all my life. Okay. So for example, on my old radio show, the sales department would go out and sell Schreier Ford, for example, a package for Rocket in the Morning live endorsement spots. And I would come on the air and I would say, "Hey, it's Rocket Man. What's up? Do you see?" So, and what I got money and I got a car deal. All right. So every it's a pretty cool gig actually. Every week they or 2 weeks maybe, they would change out an automobile that I would be driving from Schreier, and I would talk about it on the air, right? And today I'm driving the brand new Miata, and it's so cool. It's a convertible, and all the girls look at me when I'm at a stop sign. They're rubbernecking and, that sort of thing, and I endorse their products. Uh, hmm, Purple Einstein Purple Einstein says they say it was actually $3 million in room service. Hey, this is Hyatt, number 11. Give me $1 million of French fries and onion rings and send them up to my room. I don't know. What is it? $3 million in ad value. I don't know what that means. Anyway, hey, if you're just tuning in, this is Nash Rocket Media. I'm him. And this is the world according to Rocket, the Volunteers Edition, a live broadcast. If you like anything that you see, whether it's Chewy back there, I don't have Chewy very well lit back there, do I? Or whether it's my struggling little battery operated lit Christmas tree there. It looks like kind of a Charlie Brown Christmas tree, doesn't it? Whether it's my hat, the content, the people's comments, go ahead and hammer that like button. Because here's what we don't do here. We don't say smash the like button, and we don't say, so, uh, God, I never can think of that. Uh, so further ado, what is it? No more further ado? What is that people say? I forget that further ado comment. I hate that thing. It's so old and boring and tired. I hate it. Without further ado, that's what it is. So without further ado, let's start the show. Why don't we just start the show without saying without further ado? I don't know why that bothers me. It's just without further ado, um, Steven, not the mini fridge. Mm, well, there have been some places I've stayed in where it felt like I was going through $3 million worth of ad value of the mini fridge, right? So, uh, tomorrow night is the night we get to see Nico spin it, right? Can't wait for that. It's on the NFL Network, and it will be 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central on the NFL Network, and it is what 4 o'clock local Hawaii time. And he's getting a lot of rave reviews out there. You know, out there in Hawaii, people and he's just fantastic. And they're saying that he's fantastic on a number of levels, not only on his play, but as a leader and people looking up to him. But until I know otherwise, I'm a Joe Milton for Heisman guy. My man, Johnny Cole, JC, I call him, said, "Hey, Rocket, make me a Joe Milton for Heisman shirt and I'll buy it." And then I think Teddy Strunk came in and said the same thing. So I made one of those up today. I put the link in it. More than anything, I mean, you can grab it if you want. But more than anything, I just want to see what you think about it. Right. So follow that link there and have a look at it and tell me what you think. I think my favorite thing is the mug. Michael Wolf, Joe is going to light it up. I think you're 100% correct, man. I tell you, he's got, he's kind of like he's going to become Daddy Joe, and if he were gonna fall apart, right, and kind of go back to his old ways of overthrowing people, that would have happened at Vanderbilt, and that would have happened, particularly at in the Orange Bowl, alright? Um, so Joe is kind of because of Nico, will be in a unique kind of position. He will be in the position that Hendon Hooker was this year for Joe, right? And that was a symbiotic relationship that was just great for both of them, right? So I think that's going to happen with Joe and Nico. Steve Sullivan, if Nico redshirts, how many years do you think he would play? 2, 3, 1? First of all, I don't think he'll redshirt. I don't think he'll redshirt. There's gonna be there's just gonna be too much. I mean, really, this is kind of even more than the second coming of Peyton Manning. I don't think he's gonna redshirt. I don't think Arch Manning will redshirt either. You know, these guys are gonna wanna get in, and the fan base is gonna wanna see them get in, right? We got a lot of games. Let me just, let me just pull up the schedule here. We got a lot of games where Nico could literally play the second half, right? Now, there may be something about managing, a young kid's career that I'm not aware of because I'm not in that situation, but like Austin P. Do you think Nico is not gonna be playing in the Austin P game? I mean, it's Austin P or PI, however you like to say it. And then they play Florida, and then they have UTSA, which, man, I don't know. They'll put a good thumping on UTSA, I think. But I mean, literally, Nico could play the entire fourth quarter. All right, in that game, and if that's the case, they probably will. And UTSA probably the same thing. And then they don't have another game like that until, well, Vanderbilt. They have a pretty tough schedule. They don't have, the Virginia game. I don't know about the Virginia game. I haven't looked to see how tough Virginia is going to be next year. But Austin P, he will definitely get in and play. Texas San Antonio, he'll definitely get in and play that game. Then we got South Carolina, Texas A&M, Alabama, Kentucky, UConn, probably get in at UConn as well. But given the whole mop-up duty, and with the way this offense is gonna continue to prolificize, I think I just made up a word. Oh, music for moi. Okay. Sports Illustrated says Jalen Hyatt got 3 million because his ad garnered 1.2 billion social media impressions. Got it. Okay. Now that makes sense. It was kind of a pay per impression kind of thing. Or, like I make on my channel. We get paid on the YouTube channel, you get paid based on CPM, which means cost per thousand. And so for however many thousand views you get paid a certain amount of money. Okay. And that's what that is. Okay. All right. Music for moi. Thank you for working that out for me. Well, let's see. What else we got? Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow, the NFL channel, the NFL network. I don't have the NFL network. I don't know that they have it here where I am presently staying. I am wondering, does anybody know? Is that the only place where we're going to be able to watch that game? I will I will run that information down for you and make an announcement on that tomorrow on the post. Let me ask you this: do you guys see my posts? Steve Sullivan, no word on the new tight end coach yet. No, I haven't heard anything. Do you guys see my community post when I post on? Well, you must because you see that I'm here and there are people up. I'm just curious. The whole YouTube thing to me is new, so don't know a whole lot about it. Just kind of learning as I go, right? I don't know the proper number of posts. Um, and when I say proper, you can do what you want, but you guys have probably spent a lot more time on YouTube than I have. And so anything that, I just want to make sure you're seeing them, you're responding to them, always give them a like or whatever if you can. I know that's important. Speaking of which, hammer that like button for me. And if you're new here, subscribe. We are, I'm happy to say, up to 2,061 subscribers. This is me giving y'all some love. Hammer that. Heaven counts. What time, Dan Good says, what time is the game tomorrow? The game tomorrow is at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, and 4 p.m. Hawaii time. I just don't know an alternative way to watch it if you're not connected to the NFL network. Because I don't have that and never have. I don't know whether that's a part of a cable plan or what. So let me just have a look here and see, because I do want to see that game. Um, the Polynesian Bowl. Boom. Friday, January 20th, 4 p.m. Honolulu time. And what else? I'm not seeing it. Okay. Yeah. Can I watch it? Looks like it's on, we knew this, NFL Network. But I'm looking for an alternative to that. Sometimes, like you could watch the game, a Tennessee football game or a bunch of the college football games on YouTube. Somebody would just grab a feed and put it on their YouTube channel. I'm wondering if somebody will do that as well tomorrow. Do not know. CBS Sports. I'm just running this down here. No, it didn't look like it. Well, I guess we'll just have to see. It just looks like the only one that's for 100% sure. Ooh, Evan. Evan counts dropping the 99999s on me. Evan, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a whole bunch. Evan, let me ask you a question. What do you do? Anybody that comes up in here and I see that orange banner that says Evan counts $9.99. Holy crackers. I want to know about you, man. What do you do? What do you what can I promote for you? What can I point all these nice folks to for you? Oh, by the way, we got 22 in here and we got 19 likes. Somebody's not carrying their weight. Hammer that like button. Let's get to 22 and 22. Evan, tell me what you do. Oh, you're on UPS driver. You're on break right now. Oh man, the man in brown. I tell you, back in Nashville, I live up on a third story floor, and I get deliveries up there the whole time. And every time I would get a delivery, I would apologize to the man in brown. I'm so sorry you had to walk up these stairs. And I never once heard him complain. Holy crackers. Man, that's a rough gig, man. I'm in the process of I'm in the process of moving and I am not getting up on the third floor anymore. I mean that thing that thing was just kicking my butt. 16 years in March. Um I have one of my Facebook friends, don't know him personally, Mike, the UPS guy. He drives a big old what is that? Honda Wing, Gold Wing, Honda motorcycle. He's crazy for motorcycles, and he's always posting videos of him on his what is that? I'm not a motorcycle guy, but it's a Honda Wing or a Gold Wing, a big old cruising thing, you know. And he's a UPS guy, and he retired after I think like 25, 30 years. And I'm going, man, that is a man who works hard for a living. And man, that even makes me appreciate your thing more. Thank you, Evan. I appreciate that. Thanks. Holy crackers. 16 years in March. Whereabouts are you, Evan? Are you in Tennessee or I'm kind of interested in knowing where everybody is from. Um, if this channel is kind of a Tennessee or the people like who come in on the lives, are they like from Tennessee? Are they all the way around? 27 in 23 likes. Hammer that like button. Let's go. The NFL Network on Tubi TV for free. What? Zach Van Meter. All right. That sounds like that sounds like Van Meter, Zach Van Meter. It sounds like you should be in an Austin Powers movie. Zachary Manvita. The NFL Network, Tubi TV. I don't even know that I've ever heard of Tubi TV. Tubi TV for free. I scrolled ahead on the schedule on there, and the game isn't listed. Ah. Oh, Evan. Thank you for that info, Zach. Appreciate that. Um, Evan's in Augusta, Georgia. Nice. Steve Sullivan. I'm in Northwest Tennessee. All right. Northwest Tennessee. What's up in the Northwest Tennessee? I grew up in Memphis, so I'm familiar with Southwest Tennessee. My family grew up in Covington, Brighton, Munford, up in that area, Toka, Cowboy Jabs, Pisgah, Alabama, Michael Wolf, Knoxville, Stingray, Knoxville, Zach Van Meter, Dutch and German. I'm in Northwest Tennessee also. Nice. Rebecca and company, Jackson, Tennessee. Hi, Rebecca. Thanks for showing up tonight. Appreciate it. Steve Sullivan, Reelfoot Lake. I've been to Real. I damn near drowned in Reelfoot Lake one summer. Zach Vandenberg, I'm in Martin, same town as UT Martin. I understand that. I went my first quarter of college at the University of Tennessee Martin, and I got a degree in drinking and puking on the steps outside the dorm. My daddy came up there and threw me in his old Oldsmobile and said, "Come on, son, you can do that at home." I ain't even lying. So I am familiar with UT Martin. Ah, Evan counts. It's absolutely hell living in Georgia. Oh, look at there. 24 likes and 21 people. We're caught up. Good job. Thanks. It's absolutely living hell in Georgia as a lifelong Tennessee fan. I can't even imagine. Yeah, I get that. Danny Pritchard. Yo, yo. Hi, Danny. Northeast Tennessee. That's got to be that Bristol area. Is that where we're talking about, Danny? I remember a few years ago they played Virginia Tech up there at Bristol at the Speedway, and I'm going, that had to be so awful for for football fans to try to watch a game in a big old race car stadium like that. It just didn't. I enjoyed watching it on TV, but it just didn't seem right. Steve Sullivan went to school at UTM. Go Pacers! Nice. Reaper, the man. What's up, Reaper? Chicken nuggets tonight? Or what? Yee. Dan Good, I'm from Decatur, Tennessee. Okay, got it. Purple Einstein, missed you. Was in the middle of slaughtering a hog and couldn't hit the button. Oh, man. That might be a little too much information. Perp. Come on, man. Okay, that's got to be the greatest comment I've gotten in a live. I couldn't hit the like button. I couldn't hammer the like button. I couldn't even smash the like button because I was smashing a hog. Oh, that is hysterical. Thank you, Perp. That's really funny. Martin, Martin was a party town. Even way back yonder when I was there. It was. It was. There were a lot of good-looking girls that went to Martin. Not as many as went to Tennessee, mind you, but I was surprised. I was surprised. There was some good-looking babes in University of Tennessee at Martin. All right, I got off track. Okay, so I'm ADHD, right? And I'm dyslexic. So y'all have to forgive me because sometimes I get a little distracted. One other thing that I wanted to bring up was Stetson Bennett the fourth. He's got his tit in a ringer because evidently the parade that they had at Athens, and they had the parade route through the city and then ended up in the stadium. So evidently, he was on the phone the whole time, and people were calling him out saying, "Hey, people don't want to watch you on the phone, right? You're you need to be paying attention to us." And they have an excellent point, by the way. You need to be paying attention to us. Stetson Bennett responds to criticism of his parade behavior. Stetson Bennett on Tuesday responded to Twitter um, to some criticism he received over his behavior on the team's championship parade Saturday. He led the Bulldogs 65-7. Holy crackers. On January 9th for the second straight college football. Credit where credit's due. They had a parade on Saturday to celebrate the title. Some apparently took issue with the 25-year-old's behavior. Bennett ignored a reporter from WSB during the parade. And he said, Stetson the fourth, or QB Stetson IV, that would be the fourth for you little people who don't know what that is done with the media. He totally swerves. I don't know what that means. The Georgia quarterback also said after the national championship that he was done with the media. He did not participate in a press conference for the winning team the day after the game. He ignored the WSB reporter while being on the phone, and Bennett said Saturday that he was most proud of was proving his doubters wrong. Screw it. 2 rings. You know what? The guy sounds like a total Johnson. How about that? I don't know what to do without my cursey words. I mean, this is like being in a prison of soapy words. Where have all my cursey words gone? All right. Holy crackers. Evan, dude. Look at that. I want everybody to look at that. Evan Count says, I got to get back to it here. Here's another. I love that. Here's another. Just love sending Georgia money to Tennessee. And I also love investing in my Tennessee family. You are my family, brother. I appreciate that. All of y'all are. And also, NIL member. To hell with Georgia, Bama, and Florida. Have a great night. Evan Couch, you are the man. Wow. Thank you, sir. There's some love back for you. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. And I appreciate the do-re-mi. Thank you. Rebecca and company. Stetson is conceited and ridiculous. I know. He sounds like a total, male member. Bennett will be on ESPN with Pollock in 2 years. No doubt. Don Good, he's a snob. Yeah, he is. Zach Van Meter, how much, if any, do you think UGA regresses? That's a good question. Here's what I think. Look, Johnny Cole, hang on, Zach. I'll get right to your question. I just want to give Johnny Cole something that he asked for. Here you go, Johnny. There it is, my brother. You asked for it, and you got it. There's a link. Go look at it and tell me what you think. Okay. Johnny Cole is the one that asked me to design a Joe Milton for Heisman trophy. There you go, Joe. Go look. So, great question. Let's see, where was it? Zach, how much, if any, do you think UGA regresses? Look, I think there's no question Georgia is the best football team in the country right now. 100%. Right? But that doesn't mean they can't get beat. All right? Now, and I'll give you 2 examples. Kent State, for crying out loud, almost gave them everything they wanted. They barely got out of that game alive, okay? And and Missouri literally almost beat them. I mean, I think the score was like 26-22, and Georgia had to, like, score at the deep in the fourth quarter to get 26-22. It was like 22 to something or something like that. So um, they're always going to be teams that can sneak up on you through poor preparation. Georgia is not an NFL team. They're beatable. And they're still kids, really. I mean, now they're big, scary kids. But what's fun is that we're getting our own big, scary kids now, right? And we're getting some people who can stop the pass. And it's exciting. Hit the hammer that like button for me so we can make it 30 and 30, please and thank you. So, in terms of regressing, I don't know that they're going to regress any. We can't depend on them regressing. We have to get up there with them, right? That's how that happens. We just can't depend on that. So, I don't think they're going to regress too much. The way they're going to regress is that if we get more and more of those people who want to come to Tennessee as opposed to go to Georgia. That's how that's gonna happen. And Johnny Cole Johnny Cole has the greatest line about Georgia. And next season, Georgia gonna come to Knoxville undefeated, and they're gonna leave with a loss and a limp. That's a great line. I was stealing it. Oh, yeah. Tennessee is really the only team on their schedule next year. Now, I will say this. Um, I agree with you, Wayne, but don't let La Baguette hear you say that because he was highly offended at my show on the Georgia game the other day, talking about Tennessee was the only team that could beat Georgia, and he was highly offended. And so, in case he's here or in case he listens to that, I just want to pay homage to Bags, La Baguette, because he's a huge South Carolina fan, and he thinks Rattlesnake hung the moon. He didn't hang the moon. He just had a really good night, and all the forces were with him, and it was weird that night. Anyway. So Zach says, I honestly believe had the weather not got nasty in the second half, we would have come back and beat them this year. UGA looked like they lost all their gas towards the end. Well, I don't know that I would go that far, but the rain certainly affected that game one way or the other. And you're right. I would have liked to have seen that without the rain so that they could have tried to right that ship in a more favorable way for we fans. Johnny Cole, Georgia going to come. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we got that one. Wayne Starnes, exactly, Rocket Man. Don't worry about UGA. Worry about the Vols. Absolutely. We just keep getting better. We just keep winning at the recruiting game. I think Georgia begins to regress the more. Well, I don't think they regress. It just looks like regression because we elevate. That's how that's going to happen. So, let's see. Rebecca, absolutely, Stephen Wayne. They can totally sit back and flip some burgers next year. Wayne Starr, isn't that where Stetson Bennett went back to work after the national championship game? You know, people people are talking about, "Oh, Stetson Bennett's gonna be a great NFL quarterback." What? I'm sorry, I don't get it. Aaron Rodgers is a great NFL quarterback. Tom Brady is a great NFL quarterback. We're not talking the same kind of thing. All these I don't get it. I don't maybe he'll play. I just can't see him playing a down. I just don't think he's a great college quarterback, but he's too much of a prick to play in the NFL. Is that too much of a cursey word? Will I get in trouble? Hope not. Um, Don Good. You can only beat the best if you are the best. Yes, sir. I'll go along with that. Cowboy Jabs. Just beat Georgia. Don't worry about Bama. That was in response to Steve Sullivan's "It's going to be hard to beat Georgia and Bama." Well, I tell you, I'm more concerned about Alabama on the road than I am Georgia at Neyland. Zach Van Meter. Stetson Bennett is a good NFL practice team quarterback and a decent college quarterback. Totally agree. Totally agree. You know, the only way Stetson Bennett is going to play in the NFL is to be on the practice squad, be a scout team quarterback. When they're playing Arizona Cardinals, let him be Kyler Murray, right? And then just through attrition, some quarterbacks get hurt and he ends up on the roster. I do not believe that he's going to end up being a quarterback with significant playing time. I just don't believe that. Robert Duncan. I have been not getting all notifications from YouTube when you post a video, and I love subscribe to all. Man, I don't know what that deal is, Robert. I'm sorry about that. Robert, did you get the notification about this live? Just curious. Wayne Starnes, I'm sorry. Stetson Bennett went back to Raising Cane's to work after the game. Wayne Starnes, me either. I guess you're talking about the notifications. Man, I'm sorry. I don't know that I can do anything about that because I don't know. As long as you've hit rung that bell. There will be some type of activity every day. I might take a day off, but there will be some kind of activity every day, whether it's a video or whether it's a community post or whether it's a live. So I'm always around. And that's the plan. Yeah, I'm with you there, cowboy. Now, y'all may have heard that little note in the background. I am almost at my hour limit. Not that nobody's limiting me. I had an hour to get the live in prior to dinner, and I am on somebody else's time clock as I am visiting still. So I'm going to cut this short. And Steve Sullivan, play Bama twice. Why not? Or we don't even, well, I guess we would have to play him twice, wouldn't we? The other thing, if you didn't hear, I'm sure you probably heard that LSU quarterback, that transfer is going to Ole Miss. Kiffin got him, and supposedly that kid is pretty good quarterback. So, you know, giving Kiffin some credit. But I never trust Kiffin to stay anywhere very long. So he may end up going somewhere. Who knows? All right. Robert Duncan, you are the man. Robert says the Polynesian Bowl will be televised on CBS Sports also. All right, that's great to know. Excellent. I saw that they had some kind of notification, but I did not see where they. Yeah, that's a good question to ask Robert. Is that live or is that a replay? Do we know? Wayne Starnes. Bam. Wayne, sir, thank you so very much for that. You are the man. Where are you from, Wayne? Not that I'm going to broadcast where you're from or anything and have people stalk you. I'm just curious. Thank you very much, Wayne. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a great night yourself, sir. Purple Einstein, Stetson strikes me as the kind of dude whose mother calls him Stetson. Your PBJ is ready. I cut the crust off. Just like you like. I do. I mean, look, I'm impressed by the guy. You know, he's done well, but God, I mean, come on. He's not Nico. He's not Hendon Hooker. Well, he beat Hendon Hooker, didn't he? So I guess I can't say that. Yeah, the game, Wayne, is 9 p.m. Eastern. Alpha Man, your shows have been super. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Kingsport, Tennessee. Whoo, they got some badass football in Kingsport, Tennessee, don't they? I remember that as a little boy. I remember hearing about Kingsport. It was like I was in Memphis, you know, and it seemed like Kingsport and Alcoa and all those teams up in East Tennessee, they were always winning the Tennessee championships. These poor little Memphis teams, they couldn't even get a sniff. It was always Kingsport and Alcoa. And anyway, all right. Listen, thank you all. I'm going to scoot. Thank you, Wayne Stearns. Thank you, Evan Counts. And thank you all. Johnny Cole, I sent you a link. I will send it. I'll send it to you one more time here. There's a link to the Joe Milton merch that I created just for you today, brother. Hey, thank you all very much. And I will see you soon. I'll see you tomorrow.